Hello guys, Solsti here, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be running through why you should be coming back to the game this weekend if you are looking to play in WoW Shadowlands. As you can see here, I've just got a time-walking dungeon running in the background, and this is Magister's Terrace. At the time was quite a difficult dungeon during Burning Crusade, but the reason that I'm making this video, as you probably guessed by now, is that it is a Burning Crusade time-walking weekend. Now, in light of this, there's a couple of things that I wanted to say to players who are looking to come back to the game, and why, if you are looking to come back this weekend, is the ideal time to do so. Unfortunately, I can only apologise for the content in the background. This is the first time playing Prot Warrior in about 2.5 years, but I wanted to get the character leveled, and since recording this clip here, I've run 2 more dungeons, and at the moment you're averaging about a level a dungeon, if not slightly more. I was about level 118.5 on my DK yesterday, and the last dungeon gave me sort of the whole level and a half to get up to 120. So I think you're looking at probably less than 10 dungeons, which take anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes each. So you could easily just spend an afternoon and get a character to max level. So that's the main reason I think that people should come back now. The heirloom system, if you're not aware, has been updated. In Orgrimmar on the ramparts at the top, the vendor is now located there. What this means is that you can now upgrade heirlooms, weapons, trinkets, everything you want, all the way up to level 120. And there's also a passive buff that's in the game now, which allows all characters to get a 100% bonus increase on experience. These time-walking dungeons, I have not run any in a group so far. None of them have taken me longer than half an hour. There are some which aren't ideal. There are some which take a little bit of time. This dungeon run, for example, took 16 minutes. And this was with very average DPS. I've been running with groups where there's multiple DPS doing over a K DPS on the boss, which means that the run takes anywhere between sort of 7 to 12 minutes, depending on how much trash there is and which dungeon you're in. If you put that into account, if you want to do only 10 dungeons, if you got a really good group with good DPS, you had a tank healer, you could run these in, potentially, if you could run them all back to back, you could max level a character in under 2 hours. That won't be the case for the majority of people returning to the game. I know in a lot of cases, in my example, the majority of people that I was playing with before I plan on returning to Shadowlands are either playing sort of with each other now or have moved on from the game as well. So so there's a couple of things then, as I mentioned. So you need to get heirlooms up. This is what I'm using. I'm using full heirlooms. That's head, legs, shoulders and chest plate. And I'm also using weapons. Obviously if you've got the extra bits as well. I haven't done trinkets. And I'm actually not using the weapon in this example because I actually only have the 2-hander, which I can't use for prop. So as I said, they're located. The person is located on the ramparts in Orgrimmar, right at the front of Orgrimmar for the Horde. I'm not entirely sure which is for the Alliance, but I'll put a link down to the Wowhead heirloom guide below. As you can see, we're getting onto the final boss. Now, what I want to do here is just show you how important it is to look at the percentage of XP that's gained. So at the moment, I'm sort of level 111. We're sort of rattling through the last boss here, which is unfortunately not the cleanest kill we've had. Actually, this is the slowest I've done this boss in probably 10 runs of it so far over this weekend. The important thing to note as well here is it's not just about getting characters to max level. This week, all loot that drops from Burning Crusade time-walking dungeons is level 425. That is better than heroic dungeon gear. There's no threshold to get into this stuff. Any character who's level 110, 120 can get into it, all the way back to level 70 characters, I believe. Obviously, the loot scales accordingly, but you also get time warp badges. Now, what's important to remember here is I've just gained over a level there. If you look to where my XP bar has gone from to, I gained over a level of experience. I've also just put this little bit in at the end here to show you exactly where the vendor is in Shattrath City. And as you can see from the vendor here, you've got commendations for other characters if you're rep grinding, you've got a mount, but you have different types of gear here as well, specifically weapons and trinkets. Now, I know a lot of people are going to want Azurite pieces in the majority of their slots, but these pieces are not always easy to get. You can save yourself 2-3 grand on the auction house here by coming here with 50 to 100 Time War badges, as I showed you just here on the map in Shatrath, and that will be exactly what you need.